Hey guys, and welcome back to Art for the Week. So for this week, we're going to be starting figure drawings. And some of the third graders and fourth graders from last year have already kind of practiced a little bit of this. And our new third graders, this is going to be a little new to you. But there's some simple steps that we can use to help you guys draw your figures. We're going to be drawing gesture drawings or gesture figures, meaning that they're going to be having a lot of movement in them. We want to try to capture the correct proportions, so how long the arms are compared to how long the legs are, and I've got some techniques that you guys can use to help you draw your figures better. This week is basically just a sketch week. We're not really going to have a final artwork. I want you to practice trying to draw 6 different gesture drawings, so 6 different figures in different movements and trying to capture their correct proportions. So in the next few videos, you guys get to see how you can make yours. Okay guys, so what we're going to need to start with our project today is a piece of paper. I'm using a slightly larger piece because I want to do some sketches on it. A ruler or anything straight that you can trace that you have, eraser, pencil, scissors, and then this is kind of like a little piece of like thicker paper, tag board or poster board or something like that. We're going to start with this because we're going to draw some ovals on this to cut out so we can use for kind of like a little template to trace for our drawing. Okay, so here you see me tracing a smaller and a larger oval and then cutting them both out to use for the template. Okay, so now that we have our ovals cut out, what we're going to do is try to draw our people. We're going to start by taking the smaller oval, putting it at the top of the paper, and tracing it once for the head. If you don't start at the top, you won't leave room for the rest of the body. Next, you want to come down a little bit, leave room for the neck, and trace the oval for the ribs. Vertical, not horizontal. Don't trace it sideways. That would be the wrong look. Okay, now we're going to take the head. We are going to turn the head horizontal and trace it for the hips. None of these have been connected. We're going to now next draw a spine by drawing a line straight down and connecting these. Alright, next step, we need to add shoulders, so we're going to go to the top and draw 2 circles coming out of the top. Next, we're going to be starting working with our arms. So how long are the arms? We can measure the arms from the top of the shoulder and draw them straight down to the bottom of the hips, like this. I'm going to draw this off to the side, a little chart that shows me how long my arms should be. You can put a circle in the middle for the elbow, and arms aren't always going straight down, right? So if you want to draw it, you can measure it by using the pencil point to the end of the hips, what I did right there, and then I'm placing it around. Okay, made a little mark, and now I'm drawing the arm going off to the side. Drew it a little too long, and then I draw my elbow. So if your arm is bent, you want to take and measure from the end of the line to the elbow, and then you can draw it off to the side like that. So now your arm is bent the correct way. So you've drawn the proportions in your arm correct. They're all the right size. Now the next thing we're going to do is figure out how big the hands are going to be. So if we look at the hands, we can measure them from half the face, from the bottom of the chin halfway to the face, and we're going to draw these little ovals based off of that. Next thing we're going to draw are our legs. The legs are half of the body. So from the top of the head to the bottom of the hips, that's how long our legs are. It looks long, but it's right. So I'm measuring again. I'm putting the pencil point there. I drew a little dot, draw my leg straight down. I'm going to do the same thing for the other leg. Do a dot, straight down, draw circles for my knees. And then I'm going to bend this leg by measuring from the bottom to the knee. Then I'm going to erase the rest. And now what I need to do is draw the feet for my guy. So if you look at your feet, believe it or not, it's from your forearm, it's the whole forearm, from your wrist to your elbow. That's how long your feet are. That's if you're looking at it from the side. You've got to leave a little bit of room for the heel as well. So here you see me drawing it from the side, and then here you see me drawing it from the front. If it's drawn from the front, it doesn't have to be as long as the whole forearm. So I'm erasing it and changing the way the foot will look. Okay, and that's basically how you're going to draw your people. Okay, so next what I want you guys to do is we're going to draw 3 people on the front and 3 people on the back. But these people are going to be nowhere near like that first sketch we drew. These are going to be moving a lot. We're going to call these our gesture drawings or our gesture sketches, where we really want to show a lot of movement in our figures. So the ovals that we're tracing aren't always straight up and down. So some of them we're moving at different angles, meaning the spine is going to curve, the legs and arms are going to be moving in lots of different directions. Giving the feel that our people are really doing some type of activity. Think of sports, think of dances, think of yoga, think of anything you can do where people are moving a lot. I added this chart in if you guys need it to reference, so that you know how long the arms, the legs, the hands, and the feet will be on your sketches. Okay, so for this week's class, you'll be done when you have 3 figures on the front and 3 on the back, or 6 total figures. They've got to be moving and the proportions have to be right. We need to keep these figures for next week because we're going to be drawing more onto them. Next week we're going to be making the muscles on them and the clothes on them as well. Some of our 4th and 5th graders, you may remember doing some of these type of drawings from last year. Our 3rd graders, this might be new to you, but basically this is practice. It's a really important part for artists to learn how to draw people moving and learn how to draw them with the right proportions. So that's what we're going to be focusing in on this week.